Alright, 2XKO is finally here. If you got the code, that means you signed up for the alpha playtest and you received the code in your email and you're able to access the game for a limited time. I think there's only like 5 days left that we can access the game for now. But so far, I've taken a look around the game a little bit, not too much, it's really my second time opening up the game. There's 4 stages, 6 characters, and a fully functional avatar-based lobby system for PvP, which is really cool. Very reminiscent of Street Fighter 6 or like Grand Blue Fantasy. I think that's the game with the lobby system in it. But for this video, what we're really going to do is just look through all the characters and get an understanding of what each person does, look at all their moves, and kind of get the rundown on what's in the game so far. Looks like there's a functioning battle pass, and these are the 6 characters that we're going to go over. Alright, first character, Yasuo. All-rounder type. He's got 3 points in all stats. Of course, this is Riot's assessment of the character. It's very common that the actual usage of the character comes down to high-level play, and the stats shown here might not really accurately reflect how the character actually gets played at a high level. But anyways, we're going to look at the moves. So his specials. 2XKO is a 6-button game. You've got your light, medium, heavy, and then you've got S1, which is special button 1, and then special button 2, and then your 6th button is your tag team button. So you can use it to bring out your other person, or you can use it to make your other person do a special move or something like that. We'll get more into that later. Yasuo, first move, Steel Tempest. Stabs forward, kind of like his Q in League. Sweeping Blade. If you go forward S1, it's a dashing strike. And then out of Sweeping Blade, you can do follow-up moves. 3-part move to put you on the other side of the opponent if you want to get out of a corner. And then there's a launcher too, can probably follow up with like a tag team combo. Okay, this is kind of like that one move that Guile has where he puts the stationary projectile down and you can use it for other stuff later. Summon Wind Wall, and then Wind Wall also buffs your other special attacks. So you can stab through the Wind Wall or create a tornado. That's pretty cool. Next thing that he's got is Calm. So this looks like it's a stance. Sheath Sword, prepare for a variety of follow-ups. So you can stomp out of it for a quick low. You can do your medium launcher. A long range heavy slash. That looks pretty good for playing neutral. And then that bounces the opponent back to you so you can continue with your combo. Dash, that passes through opponent. And he's got this little jump, so you can go calm into jump or calm into roll. Or dash. Or a backdash. Or you can just exit the stance. Gale Blade, it's another stance. Quick dashing strike. And out of it, you can follow up with another strike or a knockdown, heavy knockdown. Pretty cool. So those are his special moves, and then supers. Every character seems to have 2 1-bar supers and 1 2-bar supers, which would be their ult, their high damage ult. And then there is down, down S1, and then down, down S2. So you have to press down, and then you have to press down and S2 at the same time. Same thing for S1 to make these go off. Pretty easy inputs. No motion inputs in this game, which could be good or bad depending on how you look at it. And then everybody's got down, down S1 and 2 at the same time for your 2-meter high damage special attack, super move, whatever you want to call it. And then most characters have unique moves, so Yasuo only has 1 right now, and that's a heavy knockdown low sweep. And then really important, I think, is the assists. So I think everybody has 2. You can do back T or forward T, and T is going to be your 6 button that I was talking about earlier. So his first one, he strikes through, and then the other one is more of a defensive utility move. I think after you do these assist moves, you can also just switch to the character that you did the assist with, which is cool. And then everybody has universals, so we're not going to look into this for the other characters, but for the first character, everybody has a dash, a jump to greater height, a throw, of course, and then some interesting guard mechanics. So there's retreating guard, push, block, parry, and of course, get up attack. Interested to see how high level play utilizes these 3 different types of guard. These 2 cost meter, so you can probably make plays off them. And then get up attack, something very important to know how to do. You press either special button 1 or 2 to do that. Cool, so that's Yasuo's moves. Looks like he is a pretty standard all-rounder character, kind of like what they described, with a bit of range and some setup. Moving on to Illaoi. She is a mid-range, high power, high vitality, high mobility, which is interesting, and moderate ease of use. Let's look at her specials. So just tap special 1, tentacle smash, forward special, riptide, and then you can follow up with another swing of her idol. Tidal swing, down S1. Looks like a launcher. Also pulls the opponent down. Serpent's tongue, air only. Very big hitbox, aerial. Back special. Hold OK, needs tentacle. Activates nearest tentacle to the opponent. Tap for fast tentacle hit. Hold to drag the opponent into it. Okay. I can see her being a pretty high skill cap character, especially with the different mechanics of tentacles on the battlefield and putting tentacles down in the right place at the right time. Prayer and stagnation. Tentacle closest to opponent will attempt to grab them. Interesting. So she has a bit of setup as well. Forward translating attack on hit summons tentacle. It seems like a really good move for just playing neutral and getting set up. Overhead attack on hit summons tentacle. Charge version travels farther. Okay. Maybe a combo ender or a punish. Low strike hits close to Illaoi and a short distance away simultaneously on hit summons tentacle. Okay, so she hits at her feet, and wherever the opponent's standing, a tentacle will come up and hit them if they aren't blocking. Diving 2-hit strike can cross up on hit summons tentacle. Okay, so a lot of her moves summon a tentacle, and then she has other moves that interact with tentacles on the battlefield. Other than that, she has a ton of big hitbox moves. Absolutely massive hitbox moves. And higher vitality. I wonder if vitality translates into how much health you actually have. Let's look at her supers. Crashing waves, down S1. And you can also hold it as well. Strike that picks up the opponent, swings them around. Hold S1 to reposition an available tentacle under the opponent. Okay, so after they get slammed down, you can reposition an available tentacle right on the point where they got slammed down onto. Her other 1-bar attack summons 2 tentacles, and then all tentacles grow and attack automatically for a short time. Cancel if the point champion takes damage. Cancel if the point champion takes damage. Not sure what that means. On completion, 1 tentacle returns to normal size and remains available. If point champion, is that referring to Illaoi herself or the opponent? Guess I'll have to see. Invincible startup, mid-range strike, so this is her 2-meter ult. It's nice how everybody's supers is the same input, so it's not like Street Fighter where you have to memorize unique motion inputs for each person's supers. Everybody's super is either down S1, down S2, or both S1 and S2 at the same time. So that's nice. Definitely helps with picking up more characters and playing them. Illaoi, I think, is the only character that does not have any unique moves, but she has a ton of unique mechanics already. And then her assists, Guiding Hand assist, forward translating attack on hit summon a tentacle, and then tentacle smash assist, long range strike on hit, nearest tentacle performs a follow-up attack. So you can also switch to her after summoning a tentacle and then start doing combos with her. Okay, that's one of her special moves, the Guiding Hand assist. Right, she has Guiding Hand as a special. Okay, interesting. So Illaoi is a bit of a long-range, big hitbox setup type character that with a lot of map control, stage control. Very hard character to fight against, I bet. Okay, moving on to the next one, Ekko. He's got medium range, low power, low vitality, high mobility, and moderate ease of use, all-rounder type. Okay. Does low vitality, does that mean that he has less health? Again, I'm not sure. Or does that mean they take more damage? I don't know. Quickly traveling projectile that slows near max distance. If it's while slow, its opponent is placed in a time slow reaction. Yeah, that's a really, really good projectile. If it hits them at a tipper range, then they get stunned, basically, and you can follow up with a combo. And then if not, it just does damage. Time Winder Toss, upward arcing projectile that slows as it falls. If hits while slowed, opponent is placed in time slow reaction. Okay, again, if he hits with the late hitbox of it, then they get time slowed. If hits while slowed, opponent is placed in time slow reaction. And he can bat the Time Winder with his heavy button. Okay, so there's 3 Time Winder moves. There's just straight up throwing it down or over, and then there's throwing it up where you can bat it, and then temporal slip. Oh, that's not a Time Winder move. So there's 2 Time Winder toss moves so far. Fast forward, 3-hit strike, passes through opponent before final hit, so that's your kind of get out of corner move. Chrono strike, traveling strike. Okay, this one is interesting. This move makes me think he's like a rushdown mix-up type character. Because you can go Chrono Strike, and if you space it right, it looks like it could be safe on block. And then you can follow up with all these different mix-ups and keep your opponent guessing. That's really cool. So he has replay, rewind to the after image, rewind to the after image. Okay, so he goes back to the after image every time. And then just does different stuff. Oh. I feel like this character can be better the better you are at fighting games. Because a lot of these fake out mix-up type of plays, they get more value the better the opponent is. Roll that passes through with partial invulnerability, creates after image, hold for a volatile after image. Can you teleport to that after image? I guess we'll have to see. Okay, so that's all his moves. A bulk of his move is Chrono Strike, and then the other bulk of his moves are Time Winder tosses. And then he's got a couple rolls and mobility moves. So yeah, definitely a very mobile character. Supers, again, he has 3. Mega Time Winder, expanded Time Winder that hits multiple times and returns. Ekko can bat it, okay. Creates a volatile after image, persists for several seconds, can be rewound multiple times. Okay, interesting. So his supers just are cracked versions of his specials. He can time wind, and he can throw out his projectile. And then attempt 37, dashing strike if hits during start or rewind time to dodge to strike and punish opponent. If hit during start, oh, that's really interesting. So it's kind of like an armor move. It's a dashing strike with armor. If he gets hit, the move still goes through, basically. Oh, that's a pretty good super. Plays into his theme really well as well. Unique moves, heel tap. He's got the classic Street Fighter Ryu down medium kick. Flip overhead. Pretty good overhead. Multi-hit command normal. Leaves him airborne. Can follow up or swap characters or something like that, I'm guessing. And then he has this weird little hop. I'm guessing you can use that to dodge a low or something and then do a combo. Or maybe like if you want them to hit high or something, you can use it as a bait. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the applications of this one. You guys let me know. And then the assist, dashing strike. So that's the aggressive assist, and then the time winder projectile, which is okay. So he doesn't really have a defensive assist. He has two more aggressive ones, but the time winder assist, I'm assuming, can also make you slow down and get stunned if you get tippered by it. Okay, that's Ekko. Darius. This is a guy that I'm interested in playing. He has medium range, high power, high vitality, low mobility, and very high ease of use. Love to see that. Striker type. Apprehend. So he has E from League, and he can follow up with light, medium, heavy after apprehending you. So after it hits, you can do a headbutt, slash, or a grab. Is that a command grab? Snatches the opponent out of the air and slams them down, causing a bounce, so you can combo after it. That's down S1. And then he's got Decimate, a big forward slashing attack, and it can be followed up with Decimate, Lacerate. Wounds opponents that are hit at the tipper, deals additional damage against wounded opponents. Whirling slash that hits multiple times and knocks down. Okay, interesting. He's pretty cool. Closes the distance with a slash that can be cancelled into any of Decimate follow-ups. Okay, I see. Closes distance and then you can follow up. Like that. Okay, so it's kind of like a alternative version of Decimate. Break the Linus. Grievous Wheel, fast armored attack that can turn the tide of a fight. Okay, interesting. I like those sorts of attacks. So you can armor through something and then follow up with an attack. Okay, his supers. First one just looks like a damage super. Wondering if that's a command grab or if it is a just an attack that you can block. Noxian Might, enormous powerful slash that reaches nearly full screen. Oh yeah, it's a very long range move for long range punishes. And then a fully invincible attack that deals massive damage. Love to see it. Cool. Unique moves, he has an overhead cut down, and then he has a low sweep medium. Savage tackle, he has a dash attack while running. Not sure how good this is gonna be. It looks really laggy on block. Assist, savage tackle, so that's his aggressive assist, and then apprehend assist. Okay, that's like his utility assist, I'm guessing. Pretty cool character. Braum, moving on to Braum. So he's got low range, high power, high vitality, low mobility, and pretty good ease of use as well. Interesting. Might be interested in playing him as well. So his specials: Unbreakable, when hitting opponent, Glacier, Breaker, Iceborne Smash, and Heart of Freljord can all activate Unbreakable. While in Unbreakable, Braum gains 1 hit of armor in his shield normals and armor on his shield normals and improves special moves. Loses Unbreakable when thrown or after using it. Okay. It can activate Unbreakable when hitting opponent. Glacier, Breaker. Okay. Let's just move on. Probably understand it more later. A short range concussive blast that staggers opponents. While in Unbreakable, this attack shoots a projectile that can freeze opponent considers Unbreakable. Okay. Okay. Is Braum kind of like Jury from Street Fighter, where he has to gain a charge and then spend it to empower his specials? During Poro, okay, that's his projectile. He just tosses out a Poro at you. I like that. Command grab leaves opponent vulnerable for follow-up. While in Unbreakable, attack freezes. Okay, so Unbreakable just means that his shield turns blue with ice all over it. So that's how you can tell that he has an unbreakable stack. Crashes towards ground, catching opponents along the way. Wall and unbreakable just does more damage. Oh, I didn't see the blue there. Am I tripping? Maybe it's not. Battering ram, fast anti-projectile rush can be held to deal more damage and travel further. Wall and unbreakable gain 1 hit of armor and wall bounces if charged. Okay. Anti-projectile rush. That's good. And then you can hold it down to travel further. And then you can follow up battering ram with Glacier Breaker. Freezes his shield and opponent in a block of ice. Activates. Okay. So this is one way to build a stack of Unbreakable, and then if you have a stack, you can consume it with this one. Leaps onto shield and slides on top of opponent, carries them to corner. Quickly enters defensive stance, protecting himself and allies. Move has unlimited hits of armor, but can be thrown. Okay. Wonder if he takes reduced damage, or if he just takes gray health damage when he's in the armor form. Leaps into air, slams shield down in an icy explosion. Activates Unbreakable on hit or block. Okay, that's a pretty good move. Sends out wave of icicles, knock opponent back towards Braum. Consumes Unbreakable. Okay, so you need to have an Unbreakable stack to use a couple of his moves, a few of his moves. The Great Swing, Gigantic Swing of Shield, sends opponents tumbling, while in Unbreakable deals more damage. That is a really fat hitbox aerial. Okay, so that's all his specials. He's like a builder spender type character with armor and command grab. Pretty interesting character. Supers. Massive jump, crashes down onto ground with shield, sending wave of ice full screen. The wave of ice can be blocked if the opponent is standing full screen, it looks like. But still a giant hitbox move. Powerful armored attack, activates Unbreakable. Okay. That seems like a good special to use. It gives you a stack of Unbreakable and does damage and spends a meter. And then his fully invincible ult deals massive damage. Sends a bunch of poros at you. Very funny. Unique moves. Wow, he has a lot. Okay, concussive blow must be blocked standing, can only be cancelled into special moves. Okay, so this is his overhead and it can only cancel into specials. I feel like most overheads can't be cancelled at all, so the fact that this can be cancelled into specials is pretty good. Long-reaching shield swing that can be charged for a more devastating single attack. Okay, so he has a charge heavy with a massive hitbox. Looks very punishable though. Okay, and it's also a stance after, so he can follow up with another swing. Or he can follow up with a knockdown, heavy knockdown. Oh, interesting. Revolving door. Larger shield swing. So why does this come out of revolving door? Follow up to crouching heavy. It doesn't look like the third one or the second one follows up after revolving door. Maybe it's different and it's just denoted with the arrows under it. Not sure, we'll have to see in game. Must be blocked crouching, cannot be cancelled on block. Okay, so this is his like heavy sweep. And then his assist, I'm guessing they're going to be defensive assists, right? Assist that smashes two projectiles and opponents while in Unbreakable, wall bounces the opponent. Okay, so even when he's tagged out, he still maintains his stack of Unbreakable. Leaps in front of allies, protects them with a point of armor. 2 armor points. Okay, yeah, he's definitely a more defensive assist character. That's cool. Alright, our final character, and probably the most popular character. Ahri, medium range, low power, low vitality, high mobility, and medium ease of use. She's the only character that has a free skin. Oh no, Yasuo has a free skin as well. Foxfire Blast. Fire single projectile on contact while grounded and can be cancelled into Foxfire Leap. Okay, so that's a fake out after Foxfire Blast. This move probably doesn't really get value until like higher levels of play, because people just don't look for it. Foxfire Leap, leap into air and fire Foxfire down on opponent. On contact can be cancelled into Foxfire Dive. Attack can be air dash cancelled. Okay, so she has a lot of movement tech that you have to get familiar with. Air dash cancelling, all that shit. Foxfire Empowered Strike that ground bounces opponents. Okay, you follow up the combo. That's after Foxfire Leap. Interesting string. So Foxfire Blast, her projectile has a lot of interactions that you can go into. Stalking Dart uses all Foxfire to create a homing projectile that fires after a brief delay. If she is hit or blocks during this time, projectile dissipates. She will not have access to other Foxfire moves while Stalking Dart is active. Okay, so this is her other version of a projectile. She can consume all Foxfire stacks to create a homing missile that launches after a delay. Airborne version of Foxfire Blast that travels horizontally or at a down forward angle. Okay, so she can Foxfire Blast in the air essentially. Long range multi-hitting attack can be cancelled into any Foxfire special. So her special move 2 button is a long range multi-hit special that can be cancelled into any projectile special as well. Very interesting. Spirit Rush, rush horizontally or upwards, kind of like the Bayonetta up B from Smash. Can be cancelled with Foxfire Blast while airborne, change it to second Spirit Rush or air special 2. Okay, special 2 being Wild Flares. Change into a second Spirit Rush or air S2, or you can perform up to 2 Spirit Rushes while airborne. Okay, so when she's in the air, she can only do 2 more. That's very important to know. Rush horizontally or downward can be cancelled with Foxfire Blast at any time. Change into second Spirit Rush or air special 2. Okay, so it's the same thing, it's just in the air. Must be blocked standing, can be cancelled into an air dash on hit. A lot of her stuff can get cancelled into other things on hit, whether that's movement tech or into another move, into another like projectile move or something. Trickster's Flight. Ahri performs a plunging acrobatic maneuver that hits on either side of her. Attack can be cancelled into an aerial Foxfire Blast if she's high enough near. A plunging acrobatic maneuver. Okay, yeah, so it's like a multi-hit aerial, and you can cancel it into a air fireball. I can see that being decent, but you probably won't be canceling it into air fireball too often. I see the aerial being good because it's a multi-hit with a pretty decent hitbox. Not sure how often you cancel it. Or if it's a true combo, you might just cancel into the fireball anyway. We'll have to see once we get into game. Orb of Deception, 1 bar ultimate meter. Okay, so she does her Q from League. Oh, it comes back to her, tries to return to her when... Okay, it attempts to return to her 2 times. So if you jump over it, you can use the hitbox of it coming back to you up to 2 times. That's very skill expressive, I like that. An empowered Spirit Rush that she can steer, hits multiple times. And you can activate it in the air, and you can steer it. It looks pretty fast too, so you can use it to punish a whiff. And then she has an invincible projectile 2-meter ult. Let's look at the projectile again. Okay, yeah, it just launches a projectile out. If it hits you, then you get slapped. Fast airborne attack that can hit either side of opponent. Okay, she has like this little light aerial that can be used in niche situations. Oops, sorry. She has a low medium sweep. Seems pretty decent for certain scenarios. Quickly dash forward or backward. Okay, so that's like some mobility options that's unique to her. Rush forward with an attack. So her first assist, she just rushes forward and lands behind the opponent. And then her second assist, airborne barrage of 3 Foxtrot. This is the one that I see people spamming in streams. I think it's broken. That's why people spam it. But we'll have to see how they handle the balancing. Cool, so that is everybody. Just quick video. I want to go over everybody's moves, kind of walk through it and get a basic understanding for myself, really. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll put timestamps down below so that you guys can easily look at the moves for the character that you care about. That being said, I'm definitely going to try to get in and get more acquainted with the game and the controls. Today I was on keyboard. I do normally play fighting games on controller. I'm going to try both for this one and see how I feel about it. I'm sure they'll do another playtest in the future, maybe at the end of the year or so. I heard that they're doing a beta playtest and an alpha playtest. So if you don't get in this time, you'll have another chance to do it. But yeah, really cool game, and I'm excited to see what they do with the game in the future. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.